Hello everyone, welcome back to Kraken Packs, and today we are here with some Retail Series 1 Holiday Edition hanger boxes. So you've heard me talk about Retail before, you know that generally I am not a fan, but I have to admit Upper Deck has done something here that I think totally changes the game, and if they keep coming up with innovative ideas like this, maybe Retail will become more exciting again. So if you recall, the one series of Retail product that I did actually kind of enjoy was back in 23-24 with Upper Deck Allure. And the reason there is because they had these two cool Retail exclusive parallels of the rookie cards. They had Yellow Taxi and Confetti, I think the other one was called, which were both very cool. Now, of course, it helped that Connor Bedard was in 23-24, and that was the only product you could get those parallels of Bedard's rookie out of Allure. So I did enjoy that one. I think at the time, when I did the math, I think I advised that if you were going to spend the same amount of money as the cost of a hobby box of Allure, it was still more worthwhile to go with the hobby box. You know, it was at least a viable product. And the other thing is, you know, not everyone has the money to spend on a hobby box of something like Allure. So if you're going to spend less, having a Retail option that at least gives you some excitement is a great thing. So that was the last time I had a good experience with Retail, and here we have now the next one that I expect to be really good. I've seen some of these opened already online, so I know what to expect out of this. So what Upper Deck has done with Series 1 this year, this holiday edition for 25-26, is they've added a couple really cool Retail exclusive cards. Now, Retail always has exclusive cards, so that part isn't new, but what's important is that they actually are desirable on top of the fact that they're Retail exclusive. You know, if I go get a limited blue base card out of SP that is a Retail exclusive, that's not a cool card. I don't care. That doesn't do anything for me. But here out of this holiday set, we have green parallels, holiday green parallels of all our Young Guns, which is obviously a huge draw in the hobby, Young Guns. So adding an exclusive parallel to the Young Gun is a big deal. And then, you know, less important, but actually still kind of cool, they have this Holiday Dazzler in here, which is a neat kind of new take on a Dazzler. It's instead of the monotone single color Dazzler, they've put red and green together, and you kind of end up with this cool mishmash. But again, it's just something that people are going to be interested in, you know, even if it's just kids or whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, there's something interesting in this Retail product that you can only get in this Retail product. And again, the cost is pretty good. So at a per Young Gun dollar point, which is how I like to measure these types of things, it's going to cost you about the same to get 6 Young Guns out of Retail as it would to get 6 Young Guns out of the hobby. So, you know, again, with all the extra cool things you can get out of hobby, like all the exclusives and outbursts and things like that, you're probably still better off getting one hobby box rather than 5 of these hangers. But if you don't want to spend as much, if you don't want to spend the $150 or whatever a hobby box is going to cost you, just grabbing 2 of these, you know, there is something cool you can hit in them that's going to make it worth your while. So that is my rant on Retail, and let's get into these boxes. All right, so here is box number 1. We get a bunch of packs, and they each have 4 cards in them, which is an interesting distribution. Of course, ever since they went to the 12-pack, 12-card hobby boxes, it's been the same format for Retail. So it's interesting that they've changed it up here. Now, you'll notice all of these cards have this green holiday theme, even the base cards. So maybe that's interesting for people, too, to collect a base set of the holiday version. We just get a portrait out of pack 1, though. But I think I like this configuration as well, though, because, again, if you are thinking about the type of people who you're probably targeting with these Retail products where you can get them a bit cheaper, it's probably just someone who wants to open a bunch of hockey cards. And so giving them 12 packs to open probably is a nice little bonus, right? Seeing if we can find, obviously the huge hit out of this product right now is the Demidov Green Young Gun. But I'm interested to see the Dazzlers out of here too. And I'm interested to see how many base I can get out of 5 packs to see how much it would take to get the full holiday base set. Here we have Leshanov Young Guns. So that's actually one of the better ones that you're going to find. It's not Demidov, but when you go to the next step down from Demidov, he's in the conversation. We got a Compadres. How cool would these green foiled cards be if we still had the Hartford Whalers? Maybe a Minnesota Wild if they are in the right jersey. They might look pretty sharp with all the green foil. See if we can find one of those here and check that out. There is another portrait. Base. So for our purposes, it does take a little longer to get through these hangers because you're opening a bunch of packs. But I'll do it as quick as I can here. Don't need to spend much time ogling the base cards. Looking for a Dazzlers and looking for Young Guns, basically, is what we're here for. We are not here for sizzle reels. There you go, Zuccarello. So that is pretty sharp with the green. We got a goal-oriented. We've already got one Young Guns out of this box. Not expecting. It is definitely possible to get two, and that's why the chances of getting 6 Young Guns. Oh, there is our Dazzlers. So you see what I mean? The combination between the green and the red there. Morgan Geekie. That's a cool looking card. It is possible to get 6 Young Guns in 5 boxes, basically, which is what puts the price equivalent to 6 Young Guns in 1 hobby box. But you're not expecting to. And another Compadres. So there we go. Oh no, one more pack here. Hey, there's another Dazzlers, so that is cool. Wasn't expecting 2 Dazzlers, but I've also seen people open boxes with 0 Dazzlers, so I guess that makes up for that. All right, on to box number 2 here. It's a cool product. I am not disappointed after the first box. So kudos to Upper Deck for figuring out a neat new approach here. We got a Bustle, Matt Boldy. We got Compadres, nope, Compositions. Sorry, I was just opening a bunch of SPA, so you guys will see that coming soon, but had the wrong insert name stuck in my head. Oh, here's a Dazzlers Dougie Hamilton. Those are sharp. I like those Dazzlers. I thought they might be gimmicky, but I like it. Makes me wonder, though, what could they do now for Series 2, 25-26? Because obviously Christmas won't be around the corner. Maybe make an Easter-themed... you can do green again on Easter, right? Oh, it is Compadres out of this set. Okay, so it wasn't SPA that had me stuck. I guess Collaborators is SPA, right? That's what I would have had in my head there. We got a tracking system. We got some base. Still no Young Gun out of box number 2 here. We got another Compositions. There's Compadres. We're definitely building up a fair stack. I guess it's going to be a 36 base per hanger, right? So shouldn't be too hard to put together the base set if you're interested. Sizzle reel. There's a checklist and no Young Gun in our second hanger here, so that's definitely a downside. So box number 3 here, the shine of this one will definitely wear off fast if there's a lot of boxes with no Young Gun in it. But I don't think that's the case. Again, the odds are not exactly published here, but just doing the math based on a fairly large sample size, I'm pretty confident that on average there'll be more than one Young Gun per box. Where's our Young Gun in box number 3? Don't do it to me twice in a row. We got a Cup Quest. We got a Bustle. There's Celebrini base. Second year base of Celebrini. We got a Portrait Matthews. We haven't seen a Dazzler or a Young Gun. We're over halfway through this one. We got a Tracking System. We got Goal Oriented. We got 4 packs to go here. If we don't see a Dazzlers, we'll still be at 3 because we had 1 box with 2. If we don't see a Young Guns, 1 in 3 boxes would feel pretty rough. Another Goal Oriented. 2 more here. Oh, there's a Dazzlers, Thomas Harley. And last pack. Will it have a Young Guns? Well, will my tune start changing about the value of these hangers here? It doesn't look like a Young Gun. Wow. Compositions. So we'll see how these last 2 boxes go, but definitely if the Young Guns are rarer than I thought, maybe my opinion changes. All right, box number 4 here. We got a Compadres. Hey, maybe one of these boxes will have 2 Young Guns in it and, you know, make up for our lost hanger there. Our 2 lost hangers at this point. But not so far. Here's another Dazzlers, Jack Eichel. We got Cup Quest. We got a Sizzle Reel. We want to see Young Guns, though. Oh, there we go. Zach Parekh. So he is tearing it up at the World Juniors currently. And that is a decent one again. So we're doing well with the Young Guns that we are pulling. We're just not pulling as many Young Guns as we hoped. Which I would take that trade. I would take these 2 guys over like 4 bottom tier Young Guns. But it's just the... You know, we're trying to measure the odds of pulling the Demidov, right? And so if you have 1 Young Gun in every box, then obviously it's 1 in 50 boxes to get a Demidov. But if you don't, then that number goes up and up and it becomes less appealing. We got a Goal Oriented. Can we find a second Young Gun in this hanger? We got a Tracking Systems. We got a Portrait. And then last pack for hanger number 4. We got a Bustle. So no second Young Gun, and we got one box left. Let's get into it. All right, last box. Better have a Young Gun in here, and I would feel a lot better about things if we had two. We're going to start with a tracking system. We got a portrait. We got a compadres. We got another goal-oriented. Sizzle reel. Cup Quest. Goal-oriented, not going well in box 5 here. We got 5 packs left. Haven't seen a Dazzler, haven't seen a Young Gun. We got a tracking system. We got a compadres, only 3 packs to go. And a Ryan Leonard, so again, doing very well on the caliber of Young Gun that we are pulling. The good news is we at least get 3 here. But 3 is a lot less than 5 in this sample size. So we'll talk more about that once we get through these last 2 packs. Still looking for a Dazzlers here too. We got a Bustle though. So we're either going to be... We're guaranteed to only have either 1 Young Gun or 0 Dazzlers. And if this one, I mean, it could still be neither. So let's see how we do here. Not a Dazzlers. Is it going to be a Young Gun? It is a Young Gun. All right, so that definitely helps quite a bit here. So there's our 4th, which, you know, this is a small sample size. It's just 5 boxes. So I could have got a little bit unlucky opening 2 that had 0. I did open 1 box that had 0 Dazzlers, but I also opened a box that had 2 Dazzlers. So all in all, we end up with 5 Dazzlers and only 4 Young Guns, but that's not enough to make me question my math at this point, because like I said, I've seen quite a few of these opened online, and I think I just did a little worse than what I've seen so far, so just probably bad luck. I guess Jack Eichel's the nicest Dazzlers we got here. Yeah, so I mean, all in all, I still think it's a very cool product. I like these Dazzlers a lot. These are actually, you know, the better players are going for a substantial payout considering what you're paying for the hanger. So, but take that for what it's worth, because this is also a brand new product on the market, right? Brand new. There's never been green Young Guns before. There's never been these crazy Dazzlers before. So there's probably a lot of hype and a lot of people paying more right now than what they'll end up being worth. On the other hand, we don't know how big the print run was, and I know most Walmarts are already out of these things. So if it's a very short print run, then maybe they do maintain their value, especially on the players like Demidov, right? So there you have it. Either way, it's nice to see a cool, innovative approach to retail. I hope Upper Deck keeps doing things like this to keep me interested in retail. I still thought it was a good rip overall, although, yeah, getting the 2 hangers early that had no Young Guns put a little bit more sweat into the rip. But hey, that can be fun too. All right, everyone, until next time, thanks for watching.